Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Radio Silent Play seminar on July 13th, 2014. Let me start off by saying I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence before trading any stocks or options. Trading stocks or options require lots of risk. Okay, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today on a Sunday. I know a lot of you guys are busy. I will be recording this and sending this out to premium members. So those that have trouble getting on or issues with hearing or listening to us, we will post this on via email. So all you guys will have. All I ask is do not share this information with anyone. Okay, it is a privilege. You guys are paid members and subscribers. So we want to just integrity here on the chat. Okay, I'm going to go over a couple of things. Let's start off with what the market is telling us and what the sentiment is in the summer. Okay, I know some of you guys have been with me or with Radio Silent Play for quite some time, so you guys are aware that the markets tend to slow down during the summer. Okay, we just passed, or last week was a 3-day weekend, which was the July 4th weekend. Okay, so there hasn't been much liquidity in the markets, and as we see, stocks are posting and putting in new 52-week lows. So some of that support, okay, on some previous stocks have broken support, so which in turn has caused a lot of frustration. Now, okay, as always, we have to maintain money management and risk assessment and understand involved when trading stocks. Okay, so I just want to reiterate that we will kind of be more focal in our risk assessment and money management when we trade. Okay, I know there's been a couple of trades where, haven't gone our way. Okay, it's been, there have been good trades, but there have been, some trades that haven't gone the way that we've intended it for, and therefore that's why I'm very strong when it comes to stops and parameters, right? I know traders sometimes they don't tend to pay too close attention on where they're getting into the trade, where they're selling the trade. Okay, primarily it is entirely up to you to be responsible for your trades. Okay, with that said, we are doing our best to bring the best information to you guys, but there is room for error sometimes. And with this low volume market, selling in the market, we have to understand that there are there's room for these stocks to kind of pull back, to break support levels. So I just want traders to understand that when you get into these type of cycles in these markets, okay, you have to reassess trades, you have to kind of regroup, and you have to kind of understand what the market sentiment is. And as many traders have seen, some of these trades have broken support. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that we will try to kind of adjust our trading schematic, adjust our strategy, okay, for us to achieve the best result. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to go over the weekly watch list. I didn't post too many stocks on the weekly watch list. I posted FLST, okay, that's fuel stream. This was sent out on July 8th, 2014 via SMS when the stock was at 11. Okay, what I like about stocks that trade from 0009 to 11, you have a low risk assessment there. I call it the probability trade. So this stock held that 0.0011, gave opportunity for traders to buy from 0.0011 to 13 levels, and the stock hit a high of 25. Okay, on Friday it released an 8K. Okay, an 8K was released on Friday, and the stock surged to hit a high of 25, closing at 22. Okay, so there is a catalyst on this stock. Okay, so the catalyst is an 8K that was just received or released on July 11th, and then it's also awaiting news, revenues, and services as per June 2014. If you read this, I highlighted it. FuelStream anticipates filing complete results for the second quarter, okay, for the 6 months ended June 30th, 2014, and a report on a Form 10Q sometime in mid to late August. Okay, so we're in anticipation of a 10Q. Okay, so this could be a catalyst. So there's many times where traders will anticipate news, will trade on the rumors. Okay, the stock has low. What we see here, okay, is a low has settled in. Okay, so those are traders that weren't able to buy the 12s, 13s, or a little bit scared in buying from 10 to 12. Okay, what we want to check now is any pullback back to the 15 to 0.0018 level can give an opportunity for a re-entry on this trade. Why do I think that? Because what we had was a big volume surge, okay, on July 11th, okay, and that was a low of 11, and it closed at 22, okay, near its high. All right, so traders, okay, that are willing to actually place a bid now or pre-market, okay, can look to buy this stock at 15 to 18. Okay, a stop close would probably be best fitted for a close below 15 on 2 consecutive closes. If it does, then watch that 12 support be tested again. Okay, so I want traders to kind of look at that. Okay. The next stock. Okay, the next stock we will be talking about is PGCX Virtual Sourcing Inc. Okay, that's 0.0053. Had some volume on PGCX, which was 54 million volume. Okay, we closed at 53 near the high of 0.006. If you can look over here, okay, our share structure flow 21 million. Okay, so on this push from 0.0031 to 60, okay, we have a formation of a possible bull flag pattern. Okay, so you have a bullish flag pattern that can start settling above this 50-day moving average. The 50-day moving average right now is 0.0042. Okay, so that 0.0042 may be an opportunity. So just watch the level 2 for tomorrow. Okay, what we're going to look at is this 20-day moving average and this 50-day moving average for a possible entry into the stock. Okay, so a 61 to 50% retrace, okay, would be that 0.0029 to 0.004 level. Right, previous 52-week high on this is $1.10. Okay, so the previous 52-week high is $1.10. Pivot is 0.006. Okay, that was the previous high on Friday. Okay, what we're looking for is the stock to close above 0.006. Okay, and our stop close would be a close below that 20-day moving average of 0.0029 on 2 consecutive closes. All right, if that thing drops below 29, watch the next major support be at 17. Okay, that 0.0017 to 0.002. Okay, and a stop close, what I would put is a close below 17 on 2 consecutive closes. Okay, so those were pretty much the two stocks that I posted on for the weekly watch list this week. Okay, if some people are having trouble with the video or the sound, I will post this and email it to all RSP Premium members. Those that do not know, you can also dial in. Okay, I posted that information on the GroupMe chat. Okay, so you can go on the GroupMe chat and the information is there. okay? So as I was saying before, okay, we are on a summer slowdown cycle. What I do think the best way to trade in these markets is to look where the volumes are, okay? Last week on Friday, okay, we had a huge volume surge on FLST, and I feel that will continue, okay? Buying stocks near 52-week lows or around that range and holding it into the pool can be a good opportunity, but a lot of people do not like to be patient. Okay, they're very impatient. They get frustrated. They want to quit. You know, that's very understandable. I know some of you traders are trading with less liquidity than others, but I just want traders to understand, you know, you have to weather out the storm. You have to understand market conditions. Okay, there's plenty of times where we will do well. Okay, buying the master supports, buying the lows. Okay, so I want traders to understand that the whole objective is to garner a good position, scale into that position, and if you get an opportunity to trade, okay, higher, or you trade, into a rally, it's up to you to kind of decipher what kind of profits you want to take off the table. I've been noticing a lot of 30 to 60% gains. Then the stocks pull back, they retrace all the way to new lows. Right? I've seen stocks that have stock case in point PBHG, which I think has still opportunity. PBHG. Okay, we saw that rally. Okay, it hit a low of 10, which gave opportunity from 10, 11. Then it hit the high of 25, and it came right back down. So I just want traders to understand these market conditions. All right, whether you want to hold on to the stock, you want to trade it, and kind of hold on to that stock, you have to understand the risk. Okay, you have a significant amount of volatility in these markets, but at the same time, there is an opportunity to trade higher. Those traders that are taking profits off the table, all I ask is for traders not to post their entries and their exits on the chat room, just in respect to some of the traders that are still in the stock. And also, I just want to bring up an attention. I know a lot of traders are frustrated on the chat room. On some of the options, I haven't been on as much. Okay, I posted a video on the sentiment of options and what's going on. Also, I noticed that there was some frustration on the chat room about attacking some of the traders to kind of relax, stay focused on trading. All right, because our main objective, we all have the same objective, and that's to do well in the markets. Okay, you have to be a sound group. You have to be focused. Okay, it can be frustrating out there. Stocks do tend to pull back, and I always my email and my Skype is always available to any traders. So if you want to message me with a concern or question, feel free. Okay, so I want traders to understand that we're here to assist. Okay, I know there's been traders that have been kind of been feeling a little bit wary about the markets. They're a little frustrated. They really don't know where to, or they don't have that as much confidence as they had prior to this summer. So the markets still have an opportunity there. We've had a lot of good trades out there. Again, you guys have to stay focused. Okay, sometimes complaining on the chat room, arguing on the chat room, it just takes away from the chat room. Okay, so I just want traders to focus. This is why we have these webinars. This is why we have these seminars. All right. So what we're going to look for is some of the trades. The questions I will get to, and I will read some of the messages that you guys post. Okay, I will read that towards the end. Okay. Okay. So PBHG is a stock that I think still is holding that 0.001 support, that master support at the even mental support at 10. Okay, it gave an opportunity to buy the 10 to 12. You could have sold it up here at the 25, pulled back, held the support, and now consolidating above it. We have a little bit of a topping tail here where it hit a high of 19, okay, and it closed at 15. Okay, so what we're hoping for this stock to do is to hold this 0.0011 level, okay, which is it pretty much has. There are rumors that PBHG may be updating next week or the following weeks, so we will be paying close attention. Right now, the RSI is at 34, which I think it's pretty much a safe area. Okay, so if you guys want to place your bids, okay, we've had 12 million volume on PBHG, so I do feel that there is liquidity in the PBHG trade. Okay, I think this is a good range or to place bids 10 to 13. Okay, to scale in back to this stock should be good. Okay, because if it breaks this 25 level, this previous pivot high, okay, or it closes above the 0.002, we could test this 33 and this 50 level, 50-day moving average. Okay, so a lot of stocks are bottoming right now. All right, and I think PBHG does look like a potential to move a lot higher into the following weeks. Okay, NSAV. Okay, I noticed that some of you traders, we were looking at this stock. Okay, there was an opportunity to buy it from 8. Okay, and then it hit a high of 11. This is the weekly chart. What I'm looking at here on the weekly is a potential 3-bar drop. Okay, if the stock drops, okay, or gives an opportunity to enter 5, 6, or 7, could be a good buy zone opportunity. Okay, so scaling into the NSAV trade, it's had a substantial amount of liquidity the last couple of days and trading weeks. There are some people on Twitter posting on it. If you can kind of sneak in a buy from 5, 6, or 7, I think it's a good buy. Okay, will you potentially have to hold this a little bit longer? Possibly, but just watch that 3-bar drop on the NSAV. Okay, we have on the weekly a potential 3-bar drop here. Okay, it's recently been reinstated. Okay, so there is a catalyst with the NSAV. So just keep that on watch. All right, Meli, MELY. This is a stock that I was really confident on, and it's been holding that 17 support fairly well. Okay, we had 55 million in volume. Okay, last week, and if you notice here, it closed above this 50-day moving average of 24. Okay, this is a Bitcoin server, or has, it's in the Bitcoin sector, and I really do feel that Bitcoin is the new wave, the new age of monetary ways to do business. So I think anything that's related to Bitcoin will do well. Okay, what I'm looking at this Meli, okay, is the volume. Okay, we had this cross on the MACD. Okay, you see over here it's flipping, and you have a little bit of a wedge here. Okay, so watch this 17 to 22 range. If you want to place your pre-market orders at 17, 22, I think we will test this 29 and possibly test this 40 range again. Okay, so I do like the MELY, the Meli Bitcoin stock. Okay, so just watch this level, because I do feel that this is setting up for a rally and a potential retest of that 43 level. Okay. Okay, apps. Apps was a stock that I think it gave in a bit of a move here on Thursday. It gave an opportunity to enter the stock at 10, 11. It hit a high of 14, just couldn't break. Now it's kind of plummeted down, closed at 52-week low at 0009. Right now it's holding it, but could see a more selling if it breaks below this 0009. Watch that 50% retrace level. If it does happen to break below 0009 on 2 consecutive closes, okay, I do believe this stock will go lower. Okay, 50% retrace from 0009. Okay, could be that 5, 6 level. So just keep an eye on the level 2. Take a look at what the market makers are doing, whether they're selling into the stock. Okay, but return to the scene of the crime right here. If you look at back in early June, we saw a move. Okay, and it hit a low of 0009, and it hit a high of 0.006. If we look at apps over here, you look at if we look at the apps right here, we have authorized shares of 730 million shares. Shares outstanding 159 million. So that's March 31st, 2014. So apps could be a good entry here. Just keep an eye on the level 2. Okay. Honest Penny is saying they increased the authorized shares. Okay, so that could be a concern. That could be a concern for why the sell-off happened. Okay, if that's the case, watch the level 2. See if, if the stock closes below 0009 on 2 consecutive closes, that means that the next support, or it could have a potential drop to the fib retrace of 61% or 50%. So look for that 5 and 6, and just keep an eye on what the stock does. Okay, if the stock goes down to 0004.5, you may be able to scalp it to 6.7. Okay, that totally depends on you. Okay, so just watch stocks. You know what I mean? I'm not one to bash stocks. Whether they raise authorized shares, they go reverse split. That's always a risk in trading. So just I pay closer attention to what the charts are telling me. Okay, we have closed at 0009, a very weak close on Friday, perhaps. Okay, so if this thing breaks below 0009 on 2 consecutive closes, watch this thing test the 0056 level. Could be an opportunity to buy cheap shares moving on into the fall. All right. Okay, the BLLB. Okay, the BLLB saw a move. Okay, from these lows. Right now, you have a 20-day moving average and a 50-day moving average. Bounce. You got a little bit of a gap up over here. I don't know what was the news. Okay, but the stock did hit a high of 0007. If it comes down and possibly gives an opportunity to enter at 0002.3 for a scalp, you may be able to retest that 5, 6, 7 level. Okay, this is a risk trade. Okay, the BLB. If we look at it, let's take a look at how many shares are on the BLB. Okay, it does have a stop sign here. Okay, 52-week high was at 0.0025. Okay, over here, I mean, it hasn't been updated. Okay, it's from 2007, so you may have to do some soul searching and look at what the BLB, the share structure is. But right now, what I'm looking at is the BLLB is trading above this 50 and 20-day moving average, which is somewhat bullish. Okay, if you look at the Kellner channels and the Bollinger Bands, okay, anytime you have the Kellner channels and the Bollinger Bands tight, okay, you could see a move higher, right? And I do want to explain these Kellner channels. The Kellner channels are actually this pink, okay, surrounding right here, okay, and the Bollinger Bands are the blue, or actually the green squiggly lines over here. And what I do is, especially when trading options, whenever I see the Bollinger Bands, okay, getting between the Kellner channels, that's telling me, or gives me, a pulse entry, okay, a pulse, meaning like a heartbeat that gives you the pulse that the stock can see a significant rally. So just keep the BLLB on watch. If you see a lot of selling or a potential entry at 3, for those risk takers that want to buy the 2 and 3s, I know Blade likes to buy the cheap shares. Okay, you may have an opportunity to actually scalp this level. Right, so now let's take a look at the ZNTR. Okay, ZNTR put in a low the other day from 6, 7 at range. Okay, we hit a high of 14. We closed at the high of the week, okay, and the high of the day. Okay, what you see here is the return to the scene of the crime. Back when the stock was trading at 11, okay, it hit a high of 55, pulled back. We actually traded this not too long ago, and then it hit a high of 40. Okay, now since then it's pulled back. Okay, it's hit a new low, and now right now we've just closed above the 50-day moving average at 14. Watch for the stock to close above that 13 again for 2 consecutive closes above the 50-day moving average of 13. If it does, and when it does, okay, the stock could retest that 0.004 level. All right. Any little trade counts now. You know what I mean? So again, you have to treat these markets with the scalping mentality. All right. I'm not going to tell you guys, hey, look, listen, news is coming. I'm not going to tell you guys, hey, this is going to 0.01. I don't do that kind of business. All right. There's some traders out there that will give you a full due diligence saying this stock. I mean, it's completely up to you traders to decide for that trade and to have the setup. Right now, what I see is a good support at that mental support at 0.001. Okay. I see this 50-day moving average at 13, closing above this level at 14. Okay, we could test this 18, a break of 18. We should test this 35, 40 range, right? So that's what I'm looking at for the ZNTR trade. Okay, Skype. I know Blue Liner was talking about this stock. Okay, the stock since has broken down. Okay, it hit that 200 moving day average of 0004, rallied and closed above 6. We had significant volume, 59 million in volume. Okay, watch for any retrace back to this 0004, which is a good support. Keep an eye on the level 2. Okay, as always, make sure that there's a good support level at that range, but we could see a test of this 910 level. If it closes above 910, okay, watch for the stock to test this 13 level. Okay, the top of this Bollinger Band right here, potentially move higher to 24. I think it was related or in the marijuana sector, so just keep an eye. Right now, what you want to look at is high beta stocks that have volume liquidity. Okay, because some of these stocks that are stagnant, I know a lot of traders don't like to hold, especially in the summer. They get frustrated, and then it creates a new 52-week low. All right, SPMI, this was a stock that we mentioned before. This was a stock that hit that 0.0045 level. We gave it before on the weekly watch list. Then Happy Penny stocks sent it out. It hit a high of 2 cents. Now, since then, the stock has traced back. Now we're right back to where we started. Okay, return to the scene of the crime. Now, not too much volume on this stock. Okay, there isn't too much volume, but this stock has revenues. All right, the stock does put out money. Okay, and the stock right now near its 52-week lows could be a potential buy zone area. All right, so just watch this support. Watch the level 2. If you see a significant support at or near the 52-week lows, could be an opportunity to start buying some shares for the longer term. Okay, we did see that with the stock MLHC. We saw that with a couple of other stocks where it's sometimes ADHC, or there's sometimes good opportunity to buy these stocks when they're near the lows, because these stocks tend to be ATM machines. All right, MNVN. I know a lot of people are starting to hate this stock. Okay, and I'm a firm believer of buying the stock when it's hated. I know some of the members on the chat room did not stop out. Some of them were complaining about the liquidity issues, but there's really no liquidity issues on this stock now. Okay, if we look at MNVN, okay, for the past couple of trading days, we've seen significant volume on the MNVN trade. I know we've had a huge surge in volume the last couple of weeks. Okay, so I do feel that MNVN is a good buy at this range. Okay, like I said before to many traders, okay, buy a stock, okay, when stocks are hated. Okay, we saw a low. Traders that face their bids at 0004 and 5 are looking really good right now. Okay, we had 12 million. Okay, this whole week, if you look, starting June 25th, we had 28 million volume, 11 million volume, 12 million volume, 19 million volume, and on Friday we had 27 million volume. I do firmly believe that the bottom is in for MNVN. Okay, if you look at the stock right now, like I said before, when the Bollinger Bands get in between these Kellner channels, okay, right now these Bollinger Bands are tight in between these Kellner channels, it's triggering a pulse. Okay, right here, if you look at chalking money flow, okay, it's actually just went positive. So I do feel you have a bullish reversal candle here. Okay, you do have a potential to break this 15, this 0.0015 level. If it does, then let's test that 32, and then potentially test the 60 range, okay, and see a reversal on the stock. Oil stocks right now, in sympathy to what's going on in the Middle East, in sympathy to what's going on in Israel and over in the Gaza Strip. Anytime you see any type of military movement, okay, you will see these stocks catch a bid. Now, whether they're bullshit stocks, whether there's no, Frankfurt Exchange, or it's all a bunch of hoax, you trade the stock, you trade the levels. Okay, what we're looking at here is the type of Bollinger Bands, okay, inside this Kellner channel. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. You have an RSI that's curling up. It's oversold and 36 right now, and I think that it has plenty of room to move up. Now, whether another group wants to, trade it or wants to push it, or that's what I'm hearing. I've been told that MNVN is going to push by some group. As far as that, I don't know anything about that. I don't get involved in that. I know some members have sent me information, but what I'm looking at here is a high volume close, okay, on Friday right here. This big volume reversal and a bullish reversal. That's what I'm looking at. Okay, so I do firmly believe that you could have 100, 200% move right here. So if you want to place your bids at 4 or 5, just bear in mind, take your trade at your own risk. Okay, PIHN. This is a stock that, okay, is a marijuana. It posted marijuana news. I do think that the stock last week was putting in a bit of a bottom. Okay, it's right back to that 10 level that we traded. We had 42 million volume. Okay, and on an average of 5 million volume, and we saw a huge bid on the stock. Now, they kept on switching the volume. I know at one point there was over 20 million volume at 10 or somewhere along those terms. There was a huge volume or a huge bid at the bid. Okay, they keep on pulling it out, taking it out. So I do think this stock will have an opportunity to actually buy in the probability range. Okay, I think this stock does have the potential to put out some news. If you look over here, March, April, May, okay, 21st, May 28th, okay, you've had a significant amount of news, okay, back-to-back news, and the April 7th news right here, okay, states that PIN announces Procannabis cannabinoid transdermal product development. So you could get news on marijuana, and I do think that the marijuana trend is still alive, and I don't think that anything has stopped the marijuana stocks from going higher. All right, so just watch that PIN. Okay, PIN right now, what I'm looking at is this stock is oversold. It's right now at 29. Okay, watch that 0008, 9, 10, 11, and scale into that level. If you're not in the PIN, PIHN, just keep an eye on the level 2. Okay, we are in a seller's market again, but this is a stock that it's been beaten down. Okay, it's traded a lot higher. Okay, but what I do like about the stock is that it's got a pretty low share structure. You got a 51 million float. Okay, shares outstanding is about 1 billion. Authorized shares 2 billion. Right, so it's fairly decent, liquid. Okay, you have a website here, working website. Okay, so Procannabis cannabinoid oils. Okay, so it's in the marijuana sector. So any type of marijuana sectors has the potential to move higher. Okay, so that's just what I'm looking at for PIN, PIHN. Okay, AZFL. Okay, if we look, AZFL on Thursday posted a low of 17 and ended up closing at 22. This right here could be that bullish reversal tail. Okay, so watch that AZFL trade. All right, the stock is oversold over here. MACD is flipping. Okay, so I do feel that the AZFL is still in the buy zone range. Watch that 17 to 22 range for an entry on the AZFL trade. Okay, I do feel that AZFL has the potential to move higher. All right. All right, so that's about it. Now I will look at your questions. I will go from the top. Okay, so some of you guys had trouble with the screens. Okay, I see R&M Enterprises. I'll seriously just not trade. I'm down about 40% since summer started. It's painful. Of course, and and this is what I want traders to understand. Sometimes it's not all about trading on a significant day or during the week. Okay, understand market conditions. If sometimes, as some traders or some quality traders have said in the past, sometimes the best trade is the trade that you don't make. Okay, many of my option traders right now are telling me, hey, Mar, where are the option trades? Where right now, I do not see anything that I see deemable for a potential trade. The risk assessment for me is not to make any bad trades during the summer. All right. Will there be a potential where it's just going to be stalled? We've been hearing less chatter on the markets, on the chats. So I do want traders to understand that when the market conditions change, we will have less chat flow on the chats. So even if you decide, hey, look, listen, you know, I'm going to just take a step back. Okay, I've taken some losses. Okay, you want to do that because the main thing about trading is focus and confidence. The moment you guys don't have confidence on this website, the moment you guys don't have focus on this website, you guys start losing money. And in turn, when you lose money, the first thing you say is, this service is not doing its quality work. So don't think because I don't post or send an SMS, it's because I'm over here sleeping or I'm not doing anything. I'm not seeing anything. Okay, so I want traders to understand, if we do not see anything, if the markets does not give us any viable trade, then you know what? It's okay to step back, shut the PC off, and just wait. Okay, because these markets will come back to life. Right, so I just want traders to understand that. Okay, so Nick Fulton says he's down 50%. Fall is coming. Solid NSAV DD. Okay, this guy posted something on NSAV. Okay, 20 million plus block trade on apps near end of the day. Okay, so there was significant sell on apps. So keep that, bear that in mind. Stock ticks are saying that apps had a significant sell towards the end of the day. So they increased authorized shares to 5 billion. So the apps could go lower. So just keep a tight eye on the apps. Okay. Kafka says go MNVN. I think MNVN is at a bottom. Okay. I think that traders that buy those 0004 and 5 are taking on some risk, but I do feel that there is upside to that stock. Okay. What's the buy zone for PIN? I think we stated it. I think it's 8 to probably 10, 11. Okay, and then Nick Fulton doubled at 0005. Opinion on NEOM. Okay, NEOM. Okay, NEOM has been a little bit of a disappointment. I felt that this stock did have potential to move a little bit higher. We did post this this reversal here. We saw a low of 0007 and it closed at 9. We did close below this 0.0011 level that would have stopped us out. But, okay, we have this cross here. You know, I don't want to sound crude to religious people, but when I see a cross like this, it tells me that, you know, there's a potential for a reversal. All right, so watch these crosses. Whenever you see this, okay, this to me signals saving the market. Okay, so we could have a bottom here on the NEOM. It just depends on, you know, what kind of volume you have on the trade, whether we have an update. All right, if we look at NEOM, okay, we had 41 million volume on Friday. Okay, it was a recent post-reverse split, which was May 29, 2014. Outstanding shares was 332 million. All right, so I mean it's fairly a small stock now since it's reverse split. So watch these levels. Okay, if you guys want to try to get into the stock, we saw a low of 0007. You want to place your bid at 0007. Okay, for a possible entry. Okay, you can possibly get into this stock 0007 to 9 with a stop close below 0007 on 2 consecutive closes. That's how I would approach the stock. But at some point, this stock should rally and bounce. Okay, just keep an eye on any market makers, amount market makers selling into the market. Okay, again, we're in a different type of market right now. So this is what I see for PIH, or actually NEOM. Okay, INOH bottom. I was looking at this stock. Okay, I think we closed at 15 on INOH. Okay, INOH, I was looking at the stock INOH on Friday. Okay, it did hit a high of 19, I believe. Yeah, hit a high of 19. Okay, it hit a low of 13 and closed at 15. Okay, you could see a little bit more selling into this market. It depends on, whether traders are going to start trying to buy into the stock. We look at the weekly the weekly, the weekly chart. Okay, it actually broke. Okay, so you got this 15 mark right here. So this could be 1, 2, 3. It failed that reversal. I think INOH right here near this range could be good. The next mental support would be at 10. So if you can see if you can buy this stock in this range, I think it could be a good buy. All right, good risk reward. Just keep your stops close. If you guys want to place your pre-market bids in at 12, 13, 14, 15, okay, I think it's probably going to be a good bet. I mean, the stock right now oversold. It's at 36. Okay, could it get down to 30? Maybe, right? 10, 11, maybe possibly 12. Okay, maybe for a bid. Maybe some impatient traders on there. If we look at the INOH over here, okay, so what it did do, it hit at a high of 19. It did close at 15, so you got a little bit of a topping tail there. Okay, average volume is 18 million. We had 39 million, so it was almost double, or actually it was double. Okay, you got authorized shares 2 billion, 2.6 billion. You got a float of 92 million. Shares outstanding 851 million. So just watch that even range. Okay, if you want to try to get into this INOH, possibly put in a 10, 11, 12 buy zone, scale into it. You want to do 30% of your intended investment. I think it could be a good trade over here. Okay. Okay, FPFI. Okay, so FPFI just broke on the weekly. Okay, it just broke support. Okay, this is on the weekly chart on FPFI. FPFI just broke below this support, which was that like about 0.0025 level. Okay, it's oversold over here. I don't know what's the cause of the drop. Now we had a low of 14. Okay, let's take a look at what it did on the daily. Okay, so it had a high of 18. Okay, and then it closed at or near the low of the day, or actually at the low of the day at 14. Closing at the low of the day 14. Okay, is a bearish sentiment. Okay, so it did try to make a recovery, failed. So if you look at this stock, closed right at that 52-week low, 14, which you put in on Thursday. So watch that move lower on the FDFI, a potential move down to possibly 10, 11. Okay, watch the level 2. See what type of a bid you had here. Okay, you had 13 million, I believe, traded. Fresh Promise Foods. Okay, 52-week low now is 14. Average volume is 2 million, and it hit high volume of 13 million. Kept a couple of reverse splits. Last reverse split was September 20th of 2013. Take a look at the website and see if we got a working website. Okay, Fresh Farmers Foods does have a website running. So, okay, so you closed at the low of the day, hit a high of 18, closed at the low of the day. So you do have sellers in this market or in this trade. So watch that 0.001 level. Okay, see what kind of a bid you have at the 0009, 10, 11 level. Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe the stock, gets promoted or pushed by certain individuals. I'm not sure. Okay, but what I am looking at is what it did on Friday. It hit a high of 18 and closed at the low of the day. Okay, that's a bearish sentiment. All right, right now you are at oversold condition at 34. Okay, it's a bit of a pincher play. Okay, but you need to get a confirmation. Now it's a little bit risky. Those traders that want to get into the stock now and try to scale in to a low, it's totally up to you. But I want traders to understand that it hit a high of 18 and then it closed at a low of 14. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that concept. Okay, right. Right is a stock that we traded from 18. I think it hit a high of 27, and right now it closed at 17. Okay, so that's a new low. So the stock is putting lower lows in. All right, so the stock closed below 18 on one time. Watch for the stock to close below 18 on the second consecutive day. If it does, could see a move lower. All right, so just watch that RITE, right. Okay, it hit a low of 15, closed at 17, which was below the 52-week low of 18 prior. Okay, so remember what I say, whenever you trade a stock, 2 consecutive closes below its master support, which was 18, is considered a stop. That's how I trade. Okay, now if you guys don't want to trade like that, just understand the risk. Now if the stock closes 15, 14, okay, you're putting in lower lows. Okay, next mental support will be at 0.001. So just take that into consideration. Now, gold, silver, right now, I don't know if many of you know, very bullish, gold, silver. Okay, when I posted, I just want traders to kind of look at this because I think some traders don't even look at these long hedge stocks. Mining companies, right? This is a good thing that we're actually talking about this because I just want traders to understand that we're not just a newsletter that just promotes, pushes garbage. We actually do our own due diligence, and sometimes what I notice is people don't even look at what the quality in this what's going on. And I'm not being pompous, or I'm not being conceited here, but sometimes when you do trade these stocks, okay, a good way to make money off of these stocks is to put it into these bigger stocks, right? These bigger stocks are stocks with high yields, potential to move higher, all right? Franco-Nevada stock, all right? When I sent this stock out on December 8th, I told traders, watch that low on gold and silver. I said, anytime you make profits off of a trade, okay, you take that money and you put it into these big stocks. Now, I don't know how many traders look at these long hedge stocks. But let's take a look at the Franco-Nevada trade, right? The Franco-Nevada trade, I told traders to watch these levels over here. I put this box pattern over here so you can kind of look at where I was telling you where to buy this stock, right? So I told traders to watch in anticipation for gold and silver to pull back, right? This was back in December. Franco-Nevada was at 46.90, okay? And the stock hit, okay, I think I told traders to watch these levels, right? Now let's take a look at what Franco-Nevada is doing right now. FNV. Okay, Franco-Nevada, when I told you back in March to look at these levels, okay, back in March, okay, was in this range right now. We hit a high of 60 bucks. Okay, so we saw a high of 60 bucks on the Franco-Nevada trade. All right, with that said, you're looking at right now. Right now is near its 52-week lows. Could possibly put in another 52-week low here. But if you're buying these stocks for the longer term, okay, right, okay, is or has had a decent website. It is related to the mining stocks. Now, it isn't a Franco-Nevada type stock, but it is a stock that reminds me a little bit of the AMMX trade, all right? They do deal with the mining sector. They do deal with taking precious metals out of the ground, okay? And anytime you have these mineral stocks or these gold stocks, okay, you have potential for buyouts, okay? You have potential for these stocks to move a lot higher. Now, the reason I tell you, okay, to watch these stocks is so you can kind of build an asset portfolio, okay? Not only are you trading OTC stocks, not only am I telling traders to, hey, when silver goes down to $17.60, $18, start buying it so you can kind of like hedge, okay, your portfolio that you kind of blow up when you buy bad stock. Put it into something more tangible, more solid. I gave you guys RTRAF, okay, and I told you guys to try to buy this from the 40 to 51 levels. All right, so now let's take a look at the RTRAF. And I'm sorry for digressing. I just want traders to kind of look at, you know, where we stand with these stocks. Okay, when we told you guys to buy it at the 40, okay, 40 levels, now the stock is trading at the 90 cent levels. Okay, and this was back in March. All right, so we gave the opportunity to kind of accumulate these levels, and it actually hit this 50-day moving average of 51, and it gave an opportunity to go up to 90. So I just want traders to kind of look at these stocks, because these are the stocks that you kind of want to build your portfolio with, right? You look at Silverian. Right now it's trading at $27.50. And if you look, we told traders to start buying this stock from $18 to $21. We told traders to go long on the stock. Okay, and right now the stock is trading at $27.50. So stocks like REITs, stocks like MNVN, okay, stocks like AMMX, okay, these are the type of stocks that can rally at any point in time. So I just want traders to kind of gravitate and understand that concept. When you are trading the markets, okay, your objective is growth, okay? Now, if you're going to end up buying a stock like, let's say, the FLST, okay, and that stock, you get nice gains from that stock, and now you get a nice amount of money back, let's say $500, $1,000. Now is your opportunity to say, hey, you know what? Where am I going to safely, okay, put this money in? Let me go check, okay, the long hedge stocks. Okay, let me go check what I can buy on the long investment side of the market. All right, let me check. Maybe I can add in, let's say, the tech field. I want to get something in the technology field. Okay, I come here and okay, and I posted on NVIDIA. Okay, driverless cars are coming in 2014. Google, Apple forge into ties. Okay, and I told traders to start accumulating this $15.80 to $17.30. Let's take a look at the NVIDIA trade right now. Let's see what this thing is doing. Okay, so NVIDIA, NVIDIA is doing pretty good. I don't know if it actually gave the opportunity to buy at that range. When was this posted out? May 2014. So let's look at May 2014. May 2014, you actually were able to buy over here, okay, between the $17 range. It hit a high of $19.70. So if you were playing the options, you would have done pretty good. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that concept and gravitate towards that. We're just not only going to focus on the OTC. And when you do make a good trade on the OTC markets, let's take that money and let's hedge it somewhere else. Okay, let's take a look at SLV. Okay, silver, just in general. And now I'm giving out silver for free for any new members. Okay, silver, okay, when we started telling people to buy at 18 bucks, okay, it was way down here. Now the stock, or actually the commodity is trading at $20.57. So I just want traders to understand that concept. Okay, don't get so focal on, let me just trade the OTC markets, and let me see where they go. All right, so that's pretty much it. And I'm sorry for digressing. I just want traders to understand the whole concept of trading, okay, whether it's OTC, small caps, and options, all right? The objective is to make money for you. Mod seems to be having an issues with entries. For example, FPFI was printing 16s during the beginning of the day, then eventually hit 14. Seems to always be 2 ticks higher than I should be. Okay, I thought because 16s were printing that it was uptrending and it was bottom. Very good explanation on how to diversify and use money management, Mod. Use profits to get more tangible ones. Totally agree with that, Tango. Okay, Mike, I don't think you're having a bad experience with your entries. What I do think is that you're being a little bit too forceful with your entries. Okay? If you're going to enter a stock like FPFI, you have to understand that the stock, okay, is looking for a bottom. Anytime you want to get into a stock that is kind of looking for a bottom, you want to see 2 consecutive green closes. Because when you get those 2 consecutive green closes, there's more, okay, there's more of a potential for that stock to move higher. Now, I remember, Mike, you came and you approached me and you said, hey, look, listen, what do you think about FPFI during the trading hours? And I told you, just be patient. Watch that level 2, and whatever you want to get into, just place the bid, okay? I think you got in at 15, if I'm not mistaken. Now, if you were going into the stock at 15, okay, my thing would be, you know what? Let me enter the stock at 15, but let me not go all head first. I know my market condition is very slow right now during the summer. Stocks are putting in new lows. If I'm intending to put in $600, $700 on this stock, I'm going to go 30% in. 30% of my intended investment. So if I'm putting in $600, let me throw in $200 for my entry. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the remaining of my intended investment on the bid. If I get filled on the bid, okay, I'll feel more comfortable with my average position. My average position now will be 13 instead of 15 because I entered the stock at 12. Now the stock rallies, it hits the high of 19.20. I take a potential profit, I take that out, and then I possibly write free shares, or then I place another bid for any pullback. You understand me? So look, traders will whack, okay? Market makers will sell off into big bids, okay? It's all about, you know, the institutions making money off them. And I want traders to understand that. I don't send these stocks out, okay, so you guys can go all in and start chasing the stock higher. This is not what we do. What we do is we try to figure out the patterns on these stocks and whether we can get in at a good position. Now, sometimes the positions aren't as good as we think. Okay, case in point, XUII. Okay, XUII, I think the entry was 52-week low was at 18. We stopped closed when the stock closed below 18 on 2 consecutive closes. We did close out that position, which was a stop. Then we reassessed the trade. Okay, you see this cross, this Jesus Christ cross. Again, I don't mean to be unsympathetic to religions, but when I do look at these crosses, a pivotal moment on a chart telling me that there's a potential move higher. Now the stock hit a low of 6.7 and then it hit a high of 18. This was a good trade. Now for traders that would have never stopped out at 18 on 2 consecutive closes, you would have lost money. I know Kafka brought up to my attention XUII is moving higher. I think it was about 8, 9, 10. You could have gone in as a probability trade and made 60% move off that trade. So I do want traders to understand, not always will we garner a position at the best entry in the beginning. Okay, we may reassess that trade. Okay, but our objective is to stop out when we need to stop out and reassess that trade. Just like when we traded the MNVN trade. I know we were going long. I know we were trying to do the group play. The stock went from 0.002 to 94, then pulled back. We were holding a bullish consolidation pattern at the 0.004 level. Okay, it since then broke that level. Then it came all the way down. We were in an uptrend channel from that 26 range, closed below that 26 range. Then the next point was at 0.0021. We closed below that, okay, and then it hit that 13. rally to 35. So what I want traders to understand, don't be so focused on, please do not break my stop. In turn, when it breaks my stop, let me get out and reassess the trade. Okay, it's just like in the military. Okay, if I'm going into the front line and I have a certain amount of ammo and I waste that ammo, or I'm coming close to wasting that ammo, I want to reassess. Okay, pull back, go, get more supply, get more ammunition, and get back out on the field. Okay, this is called discipline and strategy when trading the markets. Okay, some traders will go out there and start saying laugh out loud, wheeze, we're going up higher, let me post it on Facebook. This is not what I do on this on Radio Silent Play. Okay, this is what separates us from everybody else. All right, I'm not going to tell you guys to keep on placing a bid. I'm not going to tell you to place fake bids. I'm not going to tell you to keep on hitting the ass. What we do want to do is we want to slowly, strategically get into a position, garner a position, safely, okay, trade the stock, okay, whether we're going to close the stock a little bit higher at certain points, I sometimes call it the tap de la creme, or look for any ways to build support. You guys can all do that. But bottom line, if the stock closes below your stop level, use your best judgment, use your discipline, and look to stop out and reassess that trade. Okay, so therefore don't go head first. I learned that better diminish the losses so you can stay in the game. Loss shouldn't be taken as a loser trader. It's actually positive. I agree. Whenever you can take a small loss, it's just as good as making a good trade. Okay. Will our accounts take a hit during the summer? Will our accounts take a hit in the long term? Yes, but our objective is to start off with a low number, gradually increase that number, and you're a profitable trader. I think all of our traders right now, okay, feel that the education that they get is well deserving. I think that most of you guys get the gist of it, but when it comes to executing, that's where we fail to understand and to follow rules. Okay, I want traders not to feel sympathetic to their trades. Don't get emotions involved in these trades. If you do a bad trade, dust yourself off, get ready for the next. Okay, if you feel like you have to shut off the computer, wait maybe a week, couple of days to regroup, that's okay. Okay, don't feel that you're failing at something. Whenever you exercise, how can I put this? Whenever you make a mistake, okay, use that as a learning experience. Okay, STEV. Okay, see, this is a good example of what we're talking about right here, STEV. See how you had 1, 2. You had a two bar confirmation over here. 2 bar confirmation saying that the bottom is in on the STEV. This is a good stock right here. Okay, it's a little bit of a higher stock, but right here you put in this was what I call a divergence. Okay, it hit that high. Okay, and then you had a pullback. Now many traders are looking to enter the stock at the 657 level. You just got that. Okay, so any pullback here, okay, to the bottom of this Bollinger Band, which is about 0.065 to 7, is a good entry on this stock. I like this stock. This is a good example of how to pick up on stocks that pull back and are looking for a bottom. Right here, you have your bottom confirmation. Okay, that's a good eye on STEV. I think it's a good stock. Okay, let's take a look at, I'll look at DNAX and then I'll look at West. DNAX. Okay, same thing. Okay, right here we have a bullish reversal right here. We had a low of 16, closed at a high of 22. Remember, our 52-week low that we were looking for it to hold was 19. Now we hit that low of 15. This could be your possible bottom. Now, wait for Monday or Tuesday to get a confirmation close above this 22 level for a reversal. Okay, so just like that, Mike, you just pulled one out of the bag. You had a low of 16 and you closed at 22, which had a high of 28 on the day. Okay, so you could have made a nice little scalp move on this. Now, could it be a short-term scalp? Possibly. all right? But this is how you guys got to look at these trades. You have to set parameters. You have to have a plan on all these trades. West. Okay, West, another good one. Okay, we're looking at the 3-bar drop, 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, you had a low of 0.0205. Okay, if I was trading this stock, what would I do? Okay, significant volume on the stock. This return to the scene of the crime here. You post that there. It hasn't closed at the 52-week low. I like the West trade. Okay, Andalay Solar. Okay, I would have my stop close below 0.02. So if I was getting into the stock West, okay, I would look to bid somewhere around this range. My stop close would be a close 2 times below 0.02. Okay, so watch the West trade for you small cap 0.02 traders. All right, could be a good reversal. You had 1, 2, 3, a 3-bar drop. Okay, so it's looking for a bottom. So watch that 0.02 for that West trade. Okay, now as I mentioned on Friday, okay, that I want the traders to come up with a couple of stocks that you may possibly want to kind of discuss for a trade that we could do during the week. All right. I was looking at a couple. I'll mention a couple of stocks if you guys want to discuss some of the stocks that you're actually looking at for this week. Okay, possibly get into the stock, maybe place a bid during the week. Okay, we can do that now. We will be limited here because this will end at 10:35, so we got 15 minutes to discuss. So if you guys want, you guys can post, okay, 1 stock per person or 2, okay, max. But what I'm going to do is we'll discuss, we'll look at the share structure, we'll look at the potential, maybe a little bit of news on it, and then we'll move on from there. All right, so if anybody has a stock that they would like to mention for tonight. Okay, so Nick says that he's been loading 0.0213 and under with a stop close below 0.02. I think that's a good strategy, Nick. I think that stock buying these levels could bode well. If you look back in February, the stock hit a high of 0.0475. We're talking about 100, 130, 150% move from here. So you got to return to the scene of the crime. It's a pattern trade. I think it's a good level to buy. All right. So does anybody have any stocks that they would like to mention? I know traders. Nick mentioned West. I think that's a good candidate. I know it's a little bit of a higher price stock, but I think West is a good potential. And I liked R&M's STEV. I think that's a good potential. Okay. Wall Street King says he prefer something a little bit lower in price. Okay, T-cell. Okay, he likes T-cell at 0.008 level. Okay, T-cell had a bit of a move, last week, and the problem with T-cell was that it had that rally, but then it just came straight down. I think you had a 3-1-2, you had a bar. This stock could test this 0008 again, bottom. Could test the 52-week. Let me look at the weekly chart. Okay, so now you have here on the weekly chart, you have a topping tail. Okay, so you could possibly test, okay, the 0006 to 7 level on T-cell. Okay, the stock never held that gain. So what I'm looking at, if you guys want to try to get this stock, watch that 7, okay, 7, 8 level, 6, 7, 8 level on the T-cell. Okay, because this topping tail here doesn't bode well for the stock. So just watch that level 2 and see if there's any bad diluters on the stock. Okay, TXTM. I know this stock is a stock that we've traded before. I think they're post-reverse split stock. Okay, it's at 19 now. Okay, we're looking at the weekly chart now. He's saying 25 million or less. Okay, but here you go. You have 1, 2, 3 bar drop, and then you had a green close on Friday. Let's look at what the volume was on that. Okay, so you only had 300,000 share volume on the TXTM. We got to look at the level 2 on Monday, but it could be a good play. I mean, if the stock has low share structure now, it could be an easy mover. Okay, right now 52-week low is at 17, closed at 19. Okay, you could see a nice move on the TXTM. Okay, it is a post-reverse stock split. Okay, so we got to take a look at how the spread is. You have a 25 million flow. You have outstanding shares of just 25 million, so it's fairly thin. All right, and that's Protex Mobility. So that it depends on looking at what type of level 2 we have, but it could be a good one. I'm broken record, but I always believe ACDU rate buy at 0.002 levels. The stock hasn't diluted in over 10 years, and it puts on news regularly. It gets periodic punch, but your money at 0.002 can double easily. And then I put my money in even times when it pays off, ran 4 times in November. I like the ACDU, and I do agree with him. Every time it hits that 16 to 20 level, it's always a good buy. And I don't even think that the 16s are opportunity to buy because just rarely sees that level. But I do think ACDU is at 21. Okay, I think ACDU could be a good buy in this range. We got to look at the level 2 again, but ACDU is a good candidate as well. Okay, that 19 level looks like good support, pattern trade. Every time it hits that 19, 20 level, you get to see a move up to the 0.004 for a double, which he is right. Okay, and R&M says that it barely breaks 0.002, and I do agree with him because just never get the chance to see that break below that 0.002 because you always have buyers at that range. So that is a good stock to keep your eye on. Maybe place a bid for a longer term. NSAV, some talked about, happened on Twitter last week and seems to move easy. I do like the NSAV trade. I do think that the stock could potentially see a buying opportunity for the NSAV, so that is a good stock to kind of look at and see for a potential buy into the stock. I do like the NSAV trade. All right, so any other trades? And I know I reviewed NSAV earlier, so I did mention that 5 to 7, 8 level, if you can get the NSAV, could be a good buy zone. Is there any other trades that you guys want to mention? Right now I see NSAV, I see TXTM, I see ACDU, and TSUB. Okay, great. So, okay, like what do you guys think? I mean, I was looking at a couple of stocks as well. I don't know if you guys want to hear my thoughts on it, but I didn't post it on the website, or maybe I'll just post it during the SMS. But if you guys want, we can always. I don't want you guys to be biased towards mine. I mean, that's the thing. I don't want you guys to. It's just stocks that we've traded in the past, and I'm looking at the stock hitting our levels. All right, so Rashad wants to hear I kind of looked at two stocks that I've been looking at, and I think they could be potential movers. All right, first stock is a stock that is posting revenues, and we've traded it before. I know RMN, when he was here before, we traded it, and it recently had a move. I think I like the ITKH. Okay, ITKH was a stock that we've traded before. I've done due diligence on it. It was a stock that I just never seems to catch a break or a rally. Right now, I think it's at a buy range. Okay, it's got $1 million revenue, It's got, it recently had news. Okay, I think that this ITKH could be a good potential here. 52-week range right now is at 12. I've been monitoring the level 2. I haven't seen anybody selling into it. Okay, if you look at the average volume is 5 million. We had a million volume on Friday. I like the authorized shares, only 500 million. I like the flow of 168 million. It's fairly updated, May 15, 2014. Okay, it's got a website, a working website over here. Okay, it's got graphics or whatever, but ITKH is a stock that I think should do well. If you look at the financials, okay, it's got revenues. Okay, it's a money-making stock. Okay, if you look at the filings, okay, you had May 16th, okay, quarterly report, and they posted, see if I can get this. Okay, so it's updated. Okay, 500 authorized shares outstanding, 277 million, and it was updated. Okay, so you guys kind of get the gist of it. I mean, if you look, I mean, I have done some research, and they're $1 million company. They have revenues and assets. Okay, their liability is less than what it has. I do feel that if traders can manage to buy, okay, anywhere under the 16 and 18 level, and we get to close above that level, I think it could be a pretty good buy area and buy potential. Okay, if you look back here when the stock was at this level, okay, on two consecutive, twice, okay, actually from here, okay, you had a move up here, okay, you had a move up here, and now you're right back here again. Okay, so you could see a move on the ITKH. So I do like the ITKH. Another trade that I was looking at was the SAPEX. I know the post-reverse split. I know we traded it before, left a little bit of a sour taste. Okay, but it's been consolidating here at the bottom. All right, so I think with it is a post-reverse split stock, but if you look, it's been consolidated for quite some time. Had a little bit of a breakout and pulled back. Right, so that's the SAPX. It's at 0007. We got to look at the level 2 tomorrow. Okay, but I'm not sure what it's doing, but let's take a look at SAPX. Okay, I had 16 million in volume on Friday, and it did have a reverse split, February 13, 2014. I'm not sure what the share structure is, but monitoring the level 2 on Friday, it wasn't much. So that's just two stocks that I was looking at, and it was a stock that I was thinking about sending out a couple of days ago, but I think I sent out PPJE, which I thought PPJE looks good on the bid. And let's take a look at PPJE as well. PPJE hit that 50-day moving average at 6.7, and it actually bounced to close the high of 9. So I think we could get above this 10. We could retest this 15, 17 level. So just watch that PPJE. But those were two stocks that I was actually looking at. Okay, ITKH and the SAPX. Okay, they both look like they could have potential rallies. And another stock that I actually looked at as well was the FLTT trade. I noticed the FLTT had some volume on Friday. It popped up on the scanner. If you look here on the weekly, okay, the stock has rallied before in the past. Okay, now it's trading above this 0003. If we can get this stock 3-4, I think it'll be a good buy. Okay, so just watch that FLTT. I think it's okay, close 33%. It had 5 million volume, so an average volume of 872. So there could be some loading here on this stock. If we look at the FLTT, okay, for 0003, I think the level 2 looked really good on this. And if you notice here, there hasn't been that much volume, but I noticed this 5.4 million here. Okay, so just watch that FLTT. You could be having a move or setting up with people buying this stock, or they could have just sold some shares into 0004. So just keep that in mind. But that's about it. So the ITKH is a stock that I kind of like. I think overall, if we can get that 12 to 15 level, that would be optimum. If we take a look on Monday, what the bid is, a strong bid at 13.14 might possibly be able to get 15 through 16.17 and possibly trade the stock in the 0.004 range. So just bear that in mind. Okay, so if you guys want to, I will take account of all these stocks that you've mentioned, and one of these stocks that you probably mentioned, NSAV, I know RNM was talking about ACDU, TXTM. If I look at the share structure, all right, so Nick says that 249 million authorized shares. That's not bad on SAPX. I mean, I think that's pretty doable. 249 million is not much on SAPX. Depending on what that level 2 is, I think could be pretty good on the SAPX. That's just me, though. I mean, it's totally up to you guys. If you guys want to decide to push one or whatever, you know, we may be able to. Just what I've noticed might be wrong. Lows get more lows because there's no volume. That's why I think it's crucial these days to get in these trades with significant volume unless there's no funds to go along. Unfortunately, I don't have it. I understand Wall Street. Wall Street makes a good, valid point. Sometimes what happens is with these bottom plays is that they move maybe 2-3 ticks. Some traders don't get to get an optimum entry, and it doesn't have a catalyst. Now, the point with that is there's always going to be a risk to that. I think some of the trades that do have catalysts, okay, sometimes they take long as well. So just take into consideration that, right? Traders like volume, okay? Traders, when they do see volume, no matter whether it has 3 or 5 billion shares of authorized shares, they'll still buy the stock because they just see significant volume. So they're not afraid of no liquidity in the stock just becoming dormant again. But with that said, also you have more susceptibility for that stock to be, you know, bid hit and actually taken down as well. So there's always risk in every trade. Now, with the SAPX trade, what I see is if we can manage to build a nice support level, we find the bottom on the stock. Right now, the stock looks bottom from the chart. If you can get this stock to close, you know, at or above a 50-day moving average, it's going to bring more attention to the stock. Now, you know, case in point, we'll still have to do some due diligence on it, but at the same time, you know, having a low share structure, having a chart that's set up for a nice reversal is also a good catalyst. So I just want traders to understand that. ITKH, okay, what I see in the stock is potential because it's revenue streaming. I've done due diligence before. It actually posted recent news as of late. And if we notice, it actually moved twice from that range. And the level 2, I noticed that there's a good strong bid from the 12-13 level, and it hasn't broken below 14. So that's something that I want traders to consider. But again, you know, if you guys, okay, shares do we stand on ICNM? That's another stock. ICNM, I think It's a really good stock. A float of 113 million. You got an authorized shares of 1 billion, and the stock has to do with the stock has to do with the marijuana sector, and which is a great catalyst. You had to close 20%. Okay, average volume is 6 million, so it's got a fairly decent volume. I think if you could stay and push the ICNM and focus on that trade, that's another good trade. If you look at the news also, okay, it's had pretty good news. Okay, you had on May 21st, 2014, Icon Medium Holdings secures portfolio of 5, not 1, but 5 premium marijuana web domains. Okay, so it does have a catalyst here. Okay, and you've had significant amount of DD on the stock. You know, you have a good share structure. You have a good chart, and the stock hasn't broken below 0.001. You know, it's still a stock that I think is a good hold from the 9 to 11 range. Okay, I think that when we mentioned it, I think it hit a high of I believe it was 14 or 16. I'm not sure what the ICNM had trouble with. Look at the stock. Okay, you got a nice little bullish pattern here. I mean, it hit a high of 15, okay, from the levels that we mentioned, okay, and now since then it's been consolidating above that 10 level. So I do feel that, you know, you got a little bit of a rounded bottom here on the ICNM. So I don't think that this stock is done by any. I don't think this stock is done by any means. Okay, what is the take on VGPR? VGPR. VGPER? You mean Viper VPER? Is that the one you're talking about? Are we talking about Viper? Okay, Viper, you had a bit of a topping tail on the Viper over here. Okay, it did manage to close above 10.11. Okay, it's holding this level here. So, you know, Viper hit a high of 19. Okay, you had a pullback, came all the way down to 10. So just watch for that trade. And it depends on what level you got in, Rashad. Okay, the stock did post a topping tail here. Okay, it hit a high of 13, and it ended up closing at 11 with a low of 10. Okay, so I just want traders to understand that. All right. So have a stop. You know, the stock, if the stock stops out, I want you to make sure that you stop. Okay, so just watch these levels. Okay, so that's about it. I mean, I think we kind of like went into a little bit deeper on our time frame. You know, I just want traders to understand market conditions for the summer. I know that we will be losing a couple of members. Some traders are really frustrated. I want traders to understand my phone line is still open, one-on-one meetings, okay, mentorship. We can do a webinar one-on-one with you guys. You know, this is an added plus. Also, guys that ordered, I know R&M ordered a shirt. Junior ordered a shirt. Those shirts should be in the mail. I know. I think a couple of other guys too, as well as Mike. I think is getting a shirt. So these shirts are now in. I apologize for the long wait. We got a couple of other things. We got an app that's coming out soon. The app, we're waiting for that app to be, you know, perfect. Okay, the app has to have functionality. I've seen some other people put out apps, and really the apps look terrible. Okay, I don't want to put out garbage. Right, I want you guys to have the best tools. Okay, and the ability to make good trades. Okay, and again, any questions we have, whether they're on options, whether they're on hedge stocks, whether they're on market awareness, okay, that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, this is more of an education type newsletter. Okay, I'm not going for that, you know, 1, 2, 3 ticks and you're out. You know, I'm not going to tell you, hey, you did something wrong. We're all here to learn. Okay, and it's going to be it's going to be tough for a bit. You know, it's going to be tough. And you know, we got a long road ahead, but we built Radio Silent Play for you, the members, okay? We couldn't be where we're at without you, the members, okay? So don't think this is just about taking $39.99 or $29.99 from some of you guys, okay? Some of you guys have been grandfathered into this. So, you know, whatever you paid for back then, that's what you're going to be getting now. Most of the guys coming in now are paying higher premiums for the memberships. And like I said, all this money goes into giving you guys a better product, okay? And that's what I want traders to understand. So, yeah, the Just Traded shirts just came out. The Trader Die shirts just came out. The Profit Big shirts just came out. So those shirts should be mailed out to you guys this week, okay? Some of you guys that are outside the country, Canada, there's a guy in Denmark. Those shirts, the coin may take a little bit longer, but like I said, anybody who joins or re-ups now will get that shirt, will get that coin. So I just want traders to understand that we're giving our best full effort. If we're not on the chat, okay, or I'm not on the chat, all I ask is for you guys to respectfully respect each other as traders, as a team. Okay, that's what we are. Okay, no cursing on the chat room. Okay, also understand that frustrations are inevitable. Okay, in trading you will be frustrated. Okay, but I want traders to understand with frustration, okay, it builds character, and you guys are great traders that are going to be even greater. All right, so I want traders to understand if I'm not in the chat room or I'm not saying anything, it's because I don't want to give, you know, I don't want to just be saying just buy this, buy that, because I understand market conditions right now, and I want traders to have the best opportunity to trade these markets. Okay, so I want to thank everybody for, you know, giving me your time on this Sunday night. I will be posting this via email. Also, any traders that you guys get to join RSP Premium, you will be compensated. Okay, if a trader joins for a year, you'll get $49.99. If you get a member to join for a month, after that third month, you'll get $39.99. Okay, so I want traders to understand that, you know, this is what we have is a network, okay, and we have a team, okay, and this is exclusive to you guys, all right? I'm not just looking for any trader out there. I'm not looking to just make a buck. You know, I'm over here to change lives. You know, I want you guys to actually make money work for you, because we're in the desperate times now. I mean, this is different times. You can't just, you know, go out to a movie and not spend more than 50, 100 bucks. You know, we want to make you guys have an opportunity to actually build wealth and enjoy life. You know, right now, it's a very tough time right now. I know Wall Street King, you know, I've talked to him, and I feel everybody's, you know, troubles, and it's very difficult to make it out in these times. So let's get to work. Let's stay focused. Let's stay disciplined, patient, and we will do well. All right. Thank you all, and have a good night.